Hello my friends, welcome to another one of my videos. I am the strategic historian and I hope you're all doing very well. But there is a subject that we need to talk about, and that is Manor Lords. Now, this new game hit the horizon a couple years ago, but with this etched in planned release date of 2023, it's coming to the point where people are starting to talk about it more. Now, I have a big thing with this game. I'm looking forward to it. I unfortunately missed the beta, but I'm looking forward to this game coming out, looking at the people playing it, the videos coming out, and it looks great. And this video, we're going to be looking at combat, and I'll be telling you what my hopes are for what's to come out. Now, Manor Lords has their own video with their battle features. This is their YouTube channel's YouTube channel Manor Lords, and this is their battle features videos. And in this video, they show a couple parts that are very interesting to me. My attention was this formation dragging. Anything that has to do with a split formation, here you can see that each of these branches are split. This creates a very interesting concept in my head. You can do waypoints, so you see how he's moving specific groups to different targets. And there is a great impact on these attack formations with dense defense areas and very open attacking groups. But now let's look at what I'm looking for. Now remember, I don't know if this is possible. I haven't seen any of the gameplay on any combat. I don't know if there's any combat out. But this is just some of my ideas that I wanted to bring to light, just in case something like this is even possible. So, let's look at this battlefield. You have 15 men holding a shield wall, and 20 men in an attack formation getting ready to hit. Now, in usual medieval times, one of the most common attack formations you'd see is a straight line. Now, these troops would form up against the shield wall and would start attacking the shield. But for a lot of the times, it wasn't necessarily effective because sword does not do much to shield. But was there anything better? Yes. There is actually historic proof that there were formations used when attackers had a high number advantage against defenders, and it looked something like this. This is a dense formation where you have a dense reinforced line of your strongest soldiers in the center and weaker wings to prevent flanking. Now what we see in this picture is a uniform line, which could be a shield wall, and it's very difficult for them to, flank because they can't send troops out. They're in that uniform line. So what we see is this usual formation, which goes from 15 defending, 20 attacking, and we fix it into something that moves into be more dense. You have some men holding a flank on your left flank. You have some men holding pressure on your right, and you have a dense number of soldiers in the middle. Now, if we go back to the Manor Lords video, you can see right here that you have a formation line of shields to the right and a large formation of attackers to the left. Now, if these attackers were to split, like let's say they were smaller than the line in length, but the line was thinner of defenders, what you would want to see is this huge attackers form more of a square and attack straight in the center. And this is exactly what it would look like. You have some defending, and then when you get into it, you break through. You kill a couple men right when you push through. Not enough, 5, 4, even 3 or 2, just enough to break. Then you send troops right through the hole, getting as many kills as you can on the sides. And then you see the shields start to come around to try and defend. But even if you start losing a lot of men in this time, the second you can get around them and kill them, then it's done for them. And then you get them in a pincer, and you can essentially surround and take care of your enemy. Now, from what I can see here, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You have a thin shield wall, but all of your troops are spread out along the shield. if you were to have some of them spread out, but a large number of them hitting right through the center, so that you can keep the two flank shields, the two sides, occupied while obliterating through the center, you could surround. And as we see coming across in this next part, you have an army that is completely surrounded. So I'm hoping that you can do something that something like this could be successful, could work, and it would just be amazing to see these kind of combat features, these interactive live time combat maneuvers that you could do, where here you don't see a lot of options for during the battle, but if you could like move, or you could select them, like here you can see a tactical retreat, which is what I'm talking about as well. If you could do this live, they're attacking, you're losing troops. You select your army, you tell them to fast retreat, tactically retreat, and hold a different position of ground. This could be an essential part of a live combat scenario. And I just think, based on the combat that we're seeing that is planned for this game, I would love for these live interactions. I don't know if that's already what was planned for Manor Lords. I don't know if that's what they already have for the code, but just because the game's coming around, I wanted to get my idea out there on what the combat could look like, what I'd want to see, and just, a general idea of what some combat formations look like. But anyway, that is what I'd like to see with the Manor Lords combat. If it's already like that, great. If not, hopefully it's a great idea to stem off of. But I think it could be great, especially if you have specific units that are made to only hold shields, and specific units that are only supposed to hold, like spearmen, shield bearers, swordsmen, archers, just split into categories, so that you could have essentially a full row of only shields while having spears right behind them, like how you see in this image as well. You have shield spearmen in the front, but you also have more spearmen behind them. Just a wall of shields with a wall of spears behind them would be more realistic and effective to what would be occurring in the 14th century, late 1300s. And yeah, that's just my ideas. So, hope you enjoyed. I hope you guys have the greatest historical times of your life, and make history.